Welcome to RC Flights, the channel where we fly ultra high definition cameras and feature telemetry overlay data to show you some of the ultra high performance of today's most amazing aircraft, like the Ohio Mata Products Bighorn, or the Avistar that flew 100 miles an hour, or the T-Rex 650X helicopter. But you're not here for that, so the first thing I got to do is throw a coin in the talking about RC helicopters when no one asked jar, and then get to what you are here for, which is the computer we just purchased for processing 4K video. All right, so what are we unboxing here? It's the Alienware M17 R4. Of course, R4 being the 2021 version. The R3 was the 2020. And the previous version had the slim body design compared to previous laptops with equal power. And this one has the i9 8-core 5.3 gig processor. And of course, this year, new and exciting, the NIVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 16 gig graphics card. Wow. So that's the first time that's been available. So kind of exciting there. 17.3 inch ultra high definition 4K display with, because I'm using it mostly for media creation. And 32 gigs of RAM because you can't change the RAM out. It's soldered on the board. And now that we know what it is, let's get to unboxing it. All right, so here we go. We're going to unbox the Alienware M17 R4. First, going to take out our packing slip here. And so that's all the details of the build, which are in the video already. All right, so we've got our packaging off of our box, and we're going to open it up, and there it is. Not a lot of like wrapping or anything like that going on. It's all pretty straightforward in the packaging. Now I've seen these before, so the power brick is stored back here, and wow, that is a pretty good size power brick. Now this is the i9 version of the laptop, so this is going to be the larger 330 watt power brick, and wow, that is pretty good size power brick for sure. But that's what you're going to need with an i9 and a 3080 graphics card. So we'll set that to the side over here. I got our cord for it right over there. And take out the laptop. And there it is, coming out of the box. See, it's absolutely beautiful. Not a fingerprint on it. We'll set the laptop aside for a minute and just take a look at this box that it comes in. Get this little container here, probably warranty information, basic breakdown, and then we've got this little card here. Now this box is pretty well constructed all around. It's definitely not your typical box. This is double fold on the outside, and then there's a space in between, so there's some padding there. And then on the side, you've got the double layer on the box with a space, but quarter-inch space between. So what you have is like these multiple layers of protection on the laptop. And this section of the box, you've got that box space. You can kind of see it right there. So there's like this much of double box in there, and then this pad is added to the top. So that's what's protecting the laptop. I know at first it didn't seem like the packaging was too hard. You can see there's a little bit of a dent here and a little bit of a dent in this corner here. But when you get in and start looking at the way this box is put together, it is definitely not, it's probably one of the best protecting boxes I think I've ever seen. So not only do you have like a 1/4 inch space on this side, but then you have a 1/4 inch space on the bottom side, which it overlaps. So you got a 1/2 inch of 4 layers of box on each side, and then you have this foam padding. Now the foam padding that the computer sets in is very thick. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, and it is also on top of a box space. So this is, I think it's probably the best protecting box configuration that I've unpackaged and seen. While it doesn't look it at first, it is actually very protective, and there's a lot there keeping the laptop safe in transit. And as you can see, again, there is a small mark in the crease in the box there, and a very small dent in this corner, and there is not so much as a single mark on this laptop. It is in perfect condition. Feels good, feels very solid for a 17-inch laptop. Now here it is compared to a 15. You can see this is my first 17-inch laptop, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the size, but the size is very reasonable. It definitely doesn't come across as a large feeling laptop. And of course, as we've seen in the pictures, this is a lot slimmer than traditional high power laptops tended to be. A lot thicker and bulkier in the back. For the kind of power that this laptop has, it is amazingly slim and compact, and I can't wait to get it out and get it set up. So let's set it down, get the power cord connected, and see what we got to do to get it running. Okay, so now that we have our power cord connected to the laptop, when we open up the lid, it should kick on. Hit the power button. So we hit the power button, and you see the laptop start to power up. Of course, being SSD, it powers up pretty quickly.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do.
Interesting.
Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to the United States. Is that right?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to US. Do
Yes.
you also type with another keyboard layout?
No.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible. How about the first one on the list? Now type your credentials.
All right, we are connected. And all right, so after the Wi-Fi, we're going to see this screen here, which just tells you to accept the Windows 10 licensing agreement. Just a moment.
Type your email address or phone number, then follow the instructions to sign in. I'll catch up with you once that's done. Use Windows Hello to unlock your PC, quick as a wink, with just your face. No wink required. Want to set that up now?
Yes.
Okay, hold still for a second. We need to learn to recognize you. Want to set up a pin?
Sure, yes.
These are the settings Microsoft recommends. Go ahead and review them and select Accept when you're ready.
All right, looks good to me.
Based on the activities you choose here, you will get a personalized experience as you set up your device.
Creativity. Yeah, I do a little of that too.
Now let's link your phone and PC using a Microsoft app that can work some magic between your devices. We'll send you a text to get everything set up. Just type your phone number and press send. Want to automatically save files and photos to OneDrive for some added peace of mind?
I don't.
Your PC comes with a free 1-month trial of Microsoft 365 Family.
No thanks.
Should we get it ready for you to use? Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
And it looks like Windows is live now, and this is usually like the setup screens that I've seen at work before. All right, it looks like Windows is done setting up, and we see our Alienware desktop now. Oh, that 4K display is definitely bright. So the computer is all set up. It's all ready to use. I went through all the steps. Let's take a quick look over of the actual physical computer itself. On this side, we've got our Ethernet connection for connecting Wi-Fi. You can see it's got kind of a spring there. You've got a USB on this side and a headset jack. And then you've got an input right here for a lock. And then on this side, we've got our micro USB, our micro SD, which is going to come in really handy. I'll be using that a lot, and 2 USB ports right here. So what I'll be doing is using USB to micro SD converters. So I'll be able to pull the data off of 3 micro SDs at a time. Definitely looks good. Feels good. Right now, I haven't gotten into the control center and changed any of the colors or anything. You can see I just shut the top and the computer shut off. So when you open it up, it automatically kicks back on. And there it is there. Took us right back to where we were. Certainly moves very fast. Everything looks good. I can't wait to get all of my programs and everything set up on it and actually start running and using it. So why the M17 R4? Why now? Well, one of the reasons is the build of the computer. If you take a look at it, it's relatively slim and light compared to the amount of power it puts down. This thing is a powerful computer. And it offers more power than ever is another reason why now. So this year, for the first time, they offer the 30 series graphics card, which is a big step up. The i9 is nothing new, but it's super powerful, and it's something that's been offered for a while, so it's available. But this year, they've increased the cooling so that you can have the i9 and you can have the 3080 graphics card. And this increased cooling allows you to run these things at higher performance levels than in the past, and get good performance out of the computer. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting computer. Never has something been so slim and light and compatible and had so much performance. And now they've got the new command center, which makes it even better to control and modify and set the way you want to manage your power. So this is the reason that I chose to go with the M17 R4, and it's project time. My projects were taking me about 20 hours. That's what they currently are taking me. Why? Because I have to transfer SD onto the computer. Now you may say, well, this computer isn't going to change the SD rate, transfer rates. No, it's not, but it's fast enough to be able to do other things while that's transferring, which is going to save me time. Next, I do GPS telemetry overlay. Rendering a 5-minute 4K video takes about 30 minutes. So with this computer, I'm estimating it's going to take about 15 minutes. And again, I can be doing other things in those 15 minutes, like editing videos. So here's my video editing program. And what you don't see is that when I'm editing and I'm moving through, this thing tends to frame out. The computer I'm using now is an i7 with a 1660 video graphics card, and it just sits there and struggles to keep up with my edits. And there's times where I literally just have to sit there and wait for the computer to catch up with my editing. And so I'm losing a lot of time. I estimate that this 20-hour project time can be cut down to about 10 hours. So if you think about it, I did 100 videos in 7 months this year. So just the 100 videos would save me 500 hours, which is 20 days of time that I could be doing something else, like improving the channel. So I'm super excited about my M17 R4. Should save me a bunch of time and a bunch of frustration. One thing I haven't mentioned so far, I did go with the 4K monitor. And the reason why I went with the 4K screen was because I do a lot of video editing and video production. The 4K screen gave me the option of longer battery life. And for video editing and what I do, it seemed like the more appropriate choice. I'm not really concerned so much with refresh rate. The 60 hertz is more than enough for the RC flight sims that I fly, and I think it'll be great for the video editing. Unfortunately, in going with the 4K, it's not a perfect world. You did have to go with the lunar light color, which I probably would have preferred the dark side of the moon color, but it is what it is. I went with the 4K, and so I had to go with the lunar light. The other thing I would mention is that the RAM is not changeable. It's soldered onto the motherboard. So I went with the 32 gigs of RAM because I don't want to regret it later. If you're buying this laptop, I'd recommend you do the same thing. That way, you got the most you can have. I will be doing a video coming up on this computer versus the i7 1660 graphics card and how long it takes one computer versus the other to process 5 minutes of 4K data. So that should be an interesting video. I'm assuming it's going to take about half the time. Don't forget to stop by the channel and check out where we fly all of today's most amazing RC helicopters and airplanes and high definition 4K footage with telemetry overlay data. Stop by, check it out, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of RC Flights.